Welcome to the seventh and final growth hack. Before we get into this any further, let me tell you I lied to you. The last one is not really a growth hack, but it's still a hack related to the growth tactics I employed, and mostly I was just so proud of myself for coming up with this that I wanted to share it with you. I call this the Blacklist of Doom. Frequently overheard this, and I'm sure you have too. Don't worry about your competition. Focus on yourself and let your competition figure themselves out. Sadly, this does not apply to growth. Specifically growth that relies on other channels, as most of my work on Facebook did. With every new growth channel that Facebook released, there would generally be a period where it would grow really, really fast until it's exploited, and then these channels get saturated, meaning it's almost a zero-sum game. So when it comes to very, very viral growth, especially in a competitive environment that is sort of close to a zero-sum game, you want to keep a lot of your real growth strategies to yourself, especially if you're in the kind of industry or business where your competitors frequently check out your product. For instance, when there was location wars between Foursquare and GoWalla, any growth-based innovation either one found, it would be very advantageous to keep it to themselves. So I had this problem on Facebook where anything new or innovative I released was quickly stolen by my competitors, and if my competitors were a company the size of Zynga, they had the traction to kind of blow me out of the water. So it was super important for me to safeguard any competitive advantage I could. So to that end, I came up with this 30-minute solution. 30 minutes is a little too much. I mean, you could implement this in 15 minutes, but what I did was I found the Facebook user ID of 2 to 3 employees at every company that I was concerned about. So I got a few employees from Facebook, a few people from Zynga, a few people from the other social gaming companies, some of my good friends from the industry who I wanted to hide what I was doing with. And I put together a list of maybe 80 to 120 user IDs, depending on what stage of the life cycle it was. And it didn't take very long at all. I did a little bit of research, found pretty much a few people at every company, and I had this list. And I added them to a blacklist. I think I represented it as a table in my database. I mean, you could, just have a long array. It doesn't matter how you want to represent it, but just have a list of these 100 people and then implement this pseudocode, which obviously only works on Facebook, but holy shit, like this blocked everyone out. So follow this code. If the current user on this page is a friend of anyone on the blacklist, hide the growth feature. That's it. Think about it. The hard work is already done by people at these companies who add other people they work with. So by having 3 or 4 employees at Facebook, for instance, the kind of central pivotal employees to the platform, I pretty much blocked everyone vaguely associated with the Facebook platform. Similarly, like you get 3 or 4 critical employees at Zynga, block everyone. And before I know it, thousands of potential competitors blocked. To the best of my knowledge, no one I know found any of these features. I mean, it's still possible that they might have found it with a fake account, but I added a sanity check to also hide the features if the account has less than 20 friends or something like that. But think about how powerful this is. In like 15 to 30 minutes, you block everyone that you might be concerned about. Just like that. Having them do all the hard work for you. So I wanted to end on this note. This is really one of my favorite strategies, even though it's not technically a growth hack. It's the kind of stuff that I really like. Just quick, simple hacks that can make quite a profound effect. I really hope you've enjoyed this class, guys. I'd love to continue the conversation or answer any questions you might have about this. Feel free to post a question in the discussion forum or just follow me on Twitter. I've not been historically active on Twitter, but I'm making a concerted effort to change that. So take care, guys, and I'd love to hear any feedback at all you might have. Have a good one.